Hello, neighbor. My name is Robert J. Ray, and I told you I would be back with you about the class action lawsuit against YouTube that I'm pursuing. And I hope this will be the last time, and I wish they would go on and do the right thing, but evidently these individuals, they don't believe in doing the right thing. It's just a con game that they are perpetuating against the American public to get their talents and get their genius to make ad money for their own rewards. So I'm going to go over what my investigator Laura found out when she did a deep dive, like they say they do all the time, to try to find out why the problem is this and why the problem is that. But my investigator Laura, my producer, and my agent, she went deep into the YouTube, and I'm gonna be reading you what she did and what she found out about YouTube. Okay, we're gonna start out with my lawsuit so I can bring you up to date. Okay, what she said, what I said to the Attorney General. So this is the YouTube summary and complaint. Class action for the Robert Ray Organism Chapter 4 class action law proposal. All the points of a Ponzi scheme are YouTube's business model. YouTube claim is it is a platform for personal promotion, and business model basically is they are making money by advertising. So you as a creator are making money from your content. That's where it's supposed to go. The truth is YouTube rarely pays content providers. They rarely pay all these millions of people that's putting, they rarely get paid. The following is a personal summary of issued complaint presented to the Mississippi Attorney General's office by me. So this is what I was dealing with. Ms. Lane, I am not surprised that you could think it is a scam, because they didn't think YouTube was a scam until I started pointing it out little by little and showing them what the issue was, that because you are looking at the generalities of the process, when you begin to look at the minute particulars in my case, you will realize that YouTube, Google are the ones who are pulling off the scam. I will give you an example. When I first got involved with YouTube and started to upload my video, their statement was that I would receive $22 per view on all my videos I uploaded if I became monetized. Now, if I wouldn't have been, if they wouldn't have promised me that I was going to make this kind of money, I wouldn't even deal with it. If they'd have said you're going to make $1 per view or stuff like that, I wouldn't even got my videos involved in this Ponzi scheme thing. So, which YouTube said I needed to achieve 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours. It took me 8 months to achieve this impossible task, but I did after uploading 50 videos. My highest video view on one of my videos was 63,000 views. So I'm thinking what they said is that I would get $22 per that 63,000 views. Now that's going into the big money, which everybody thought YouTube paid big money. They making 16, $20 billion a year. That's simple for them to pay me my million, 3 or 4 million or 7 million or whatever it was. So they uploaded. YouTube never expected me to be monetized like so many other millions of suckers who would never achieve 1,000 subscribers or 4,000 watch hours. But the videos they uploaded will be making millions of dollars for YouTube, and these suckers will never make a penny off of their creations and videos. That's what they see us as suckers. My professional development process beat YouTube at their own game, and I became monetized. Then after I became monetized, there was another hoop that I had to jump through before I could receive my video view money, which ran into the millions of dollars. Now, I had to make $100. Does this make any sense to you? I done made millions of dollars off my views. Now, I got to make $100 of ad money from this other partnership that YouTube has. Is called AdSense revenue by adding ads in my videos. sold for as little as 5 cents per ad. YouTube never mentioned this $100 threshold a monetized person would have to achieve before they could get paid for the per view money. They don't explain this when you first start out. If you start out signing a contract, they're supposed to have everything that you're going to have to do up until you get your check. But they don't tell you about this threshold thing. You going along putting your videos on the platform, and you getting the views and everything, but they ain't told you about this $100 AdSense money that you're gonna have to make after you get monetized. See, that's fraud. That's exactly what that is. That's bait and switch fraud. That's Ponzi scheme stuff. Okay, after it took me 2 more months to achieve $100. 2 months to achieve $100 threshold money, but I made $118, which they deposited into my checking account. Then that's when I received the $7,500,000 letter from CEO Wojcicki, and an email that said they would be putting $2,500,000 of that into my checking account. They weren't gonna pay me all at once, but they were gonna put the $2,500,000 in my checking account first, and then when they pay cycle, which is every month, starting on the 26th or something like, then they would be paying me the rest. So the bank was correct in projecting that YouTube did not deposit the $2,500,000 that said they would. Although YouTube email said they tried to deposit the money in my bank, in my checking account, but the Citizen National Bank wouldn't accept it. Well, when have you ever known a bank not to accept money into your account? See, so this is all lies and scamming stuff right here. And it's it to accept it and for me to check with my bank, which was more Ponzi scheme. Now, why I'm gonna check with my bank? The bank gonna say, hey, the money didn't, and I checked with my bank, and they say, hey, didn't any money come in? And they thought it was a scam then too. I said, well, YouTube? I said, no, they big, they're all over the world. They could be scamming the creators. But I was wrong. Yeah, they are scamming the creators. And so YouTube also sent an email that my $2,500,000 had been sent to a bank in Kansas City. I mean, it's hard to make this stuff up, but which the Bank of Kansas City checked, and I was calling out in Kansas City. I know they must have thought I was an idiot too. Kansas City checked, and YouTube had not deposited any money for Robert J. Ray, which would make YouTube also guilty of bank fraud. Now they're using the bank to defraud me and not pay me my money, and they bringing the bank into it. That's bank fraud. If anyone is pulling off a scam, it is YouTube. And I think the Attorney General should be suing them for the billions of dollars like the state of Mississippi did with the tobacco company. And they should be, and the federal government should be on their back for bank fraud. But everybody just looking, oh, it couldn't be, that couldn't be right. YouTube is on everything. Yeah, that's why they can do it, because they own everything, and people think that, hey, if it was anything wrong with it, the federal government would be on their back about it. But they're not. It'll be only after we, the YouTube, the creators, start complaining about it and force them to look at this, then they can see all of this scam and Ponzi scheme stuff. But before I get to that, this is what Lyra found out what YouTube promises the creator. This is what they promise. The promise. YouTube does constant promotion online for content creators, and any research into the site promises to make it easy to earn money. When you sign up, there are many agreements and full legal documents, and they promise that it is safe and secure. When you have signed all the agreements and are beginning the channel, they then give new instructions on how to become monetized, and they keep you updated on the progress via your personal YouTube dashboard. They keep you posting with promises of funds to come, and in the dashboard are estimated revenue that changes daily. Your revenue be changing. Oh, you got this. Oh, you got that. when they realize that after a year of work and yet to be monetized, you are considered moving to another platform. They then agree that you have found that their arbitrary threshold and you are now able to make money off the videos they have been making profit from since you started posting your videos. They've been making money off of your videos since you started putting them up there. But a year later down the road, now they say that you can start making money now. That's not true either. You're not gonna make any money now either. They're just gonna make you jump through another hoop and have you waiting. Just as they allowed you to become an official YouTube partner and you sign up with their official payment company AdSense, they also recommend their official affiliate Social Blade. That's another one of their cohorts in this whole scheme to help with ad revenue. At this point, you are inundated with emails claiming that all the promises and testimony they lured you to the YouTube are true, and you will be receiving funds at the next pay cycle. See, now they got the text, YouTube, mailing you emails and trying to keep you, pulled in. Now that they got you in there, promising you this and promising you that. Just hang on in there. You're going to be getting it. As the time for payment promises by email were never received and you're requesting information regarding all the funds they claim are due, they ignore you by having you chat with techs who seem to have no way to know how to resolve the issue. The chat time out and then you go to follow up on conversation. You sent to a new tech. You're sent to a new tech then. You didn't talk to one tech. Now you sent to a new tech. And they have no record of the formal conversation you had to resolve the issue. Now you got to start all over explaining what you're doing with the new tech, which they just gonna be putting you through this vicious cycle they have. When you ask for the supervisor, they claim no one is available. Now we don't have a supervisor available. After months of this frustration, you receive an email from Social Blade claiming that the funds are being deposited and yet it wasn't allowed to be deposited due to your bank denying the transaction. See, you remember up there, they sent the same thing. Now, the other little conspiracy person that's in there, well, they sending you the same message again. Oh, your transaction, they denied you, the bank denied. At this point, it creates issues with your bank account. And you ask your YouTube, what's the issue is exactly, and they claim to be investigating where the funds are and that you may have been hacked. These people are astonishing how crooked they are. Yet they have no action to help. They instruct you how to resolve the problem. Oh, you've been hacked. Here's a billion-dollar company. They are the people that own them is $1 trillion company, but yet they let hackers come in now. They can't fix that problem. They let you get victimized, but they cannot fix it. Weeks become months, and then your child is taken down for a deep dive investigation and personal email account and personal Facebook account are also somehow taken down by YouTube and Google. I don't understand how they did that to me. I don't see how they took down my other channels. They ain't over Instagram and Twitter and all of those accounts, but they took everything of mine down, just took it down. And still the YouTube tech seems just as confused by the situation, yet they refuse to let you speak to the manager supervisor or give you any explanation because they told them, say, hey, don't send anybody to us. You handle it any way you see fit to handle it. And that causes for corruption and a lot of criminal behavior. Because when you tell them, say, you handle it any way you see fit to handle it, don't come to us with it. See, that's putting the tax ass up for grabs now because he's going to have to be thinking of criminal ways and lies to tell the creator. And when they come to court, then he's going to be up for charges. And the people up above are going to say, no, we didn't tell him that. We'll never tell the tech not to check with us before they do things. They did that on their own. See, now the people up above, they keeping themselves clean away from it, they think, and they'll come out of it scot-free. According to all of Google's products are built with strong security features. that continuously protect your information. That's what they say. The insight we gain from maintaining our services help us detect and automatically block security threats from reaching you. And if we do detect something risky that we think we should know about, we'll notify you and guide you through steps to stay better protected. See, I mean, they have you just thinking that they are in it, they doing you a favor, they going to protect you, they gonna take care of you. And they not. They just blowing smoke up your ass to keep your videos on there so they can keep putting their ads in there. But they just keep giving you the runaround continuously. They say we work hard to protect you and Google from unauthorized access, alterations, disclosure, or destruction of information we hold. And this, they do none of this stuff. None of this stuff they do. So that's the promise. And Laura also did a dive to see how much they really actually will pay the content creators. And this is what she found out. How much does a YouTuber make per hour? And see, they ain't said nothing about making money by the hour. We ain't working by the hour. The amount of money you can get paid per hour by making YouTube varies dramatically. The YouTube Partner Program pays based on video views. And that's what everybody's thinking. That's what they say. They pay for the view. So high-profile YouTuber like Jeffree Star may make thousands of dollars for each hour spent working on YouTube videos. But a brand new YouTuber may have to work for free for years to build up an audience. He said, for years. But they've been making their money off of your videos for years. This is what it amounts to. The average hourly rate falls somewhere around $25 for monetized channels, regardless of what type of ads you're interested in. Start by signing up for AdSense. That's how they started up. You have to sign up for AdSense in order to get paid. But they didn't tell you that when you start putting your videos on. They said you were going to get $22 per view. That's what they said. But then now they change in the middle of the stream. Then you can choose the format that works best for you after you done sign up. Average CPC falls around $2. The average CPM falls. I know y'all know that's click per click. That's what the first one is, and the next one is the same thing. Click per ad falls around $7.50. See, they done went from millions of dollars that they owe you down to $7.50. See, that's what now they down. They done took you from a millionaire down to you making $7.50 an hour. This is I want to see how they explain this to jurors when we get their butt in the court. I want to see how they explain this. Okay. And YouTube will offer about 45% of its ad revenue to content creators. That's what they offer. Now, offer don't mean you're gonna get any money. We're gonna offer you 45%, but actually you're gonna get zero. You're not gonna get anything. They're gonna get the whole enchilada, as they say. They say we offer a range of security features like safe browsing, security checkup, and two-step verification to help you protect your account. We review information collection, storage, processing practice, including physical security measures to prevent unauthorized access to our system. We restrict access personal information to Google employees, contracted agents who need the information in order to process it. Anyone with this access is subject to strict contractual confidentiality obligation and may be disciplined and terminated if they fail to meet these obligations. See, that's all false. All that's false BS. You know, they're not going to terminate these people, and they're not going to discipline. They want these kind of people in there. I know that this guy named Peter Zatko He was just on TV, and he was working with Twitter, and he blew the whistle on Twitter. See, all these big platform companies is nothing but big demon companies. They use people. They make money for all of the top people, but they don't be fairly with the people that use their platform. And he come and told them to say, hey, they're doing all kinds of illegal stuff on Twitter. And then Twitter, on the other hand, they trying to sell the company to the other rich guy. Y'all knew what I'm talking about, the one that sent the people up into space, sent the people up in space. His name escapes me right now, but y'all know what I'm talking about. The one that's trying to buy Twitter, and then once he started looking into it, he said, "No, I'm not gonna buy this. This is a lot of fraud here. This is y'all trying to defraud me and swindle me." And that's exactly what they was doing. Let me get a drink of Chowa. Why y'all let what I've already shared with you kind of sell in. So you can understand why I have to file this class action lawsuit against them, because otherwise they're not gonna do the right thing and the good and true thing. They're not gonna do it. Okay, this is what Laura found out the reality of YouTube said. The reality about Google AdSense, other than expressly set out in the AdSense term, we do not make any promises about the services. For example, Google may refuse to serve as applicable advertisement and other content ads. Google search boxes and search results and related search queries and other links to properties, we do not guarantee that every page will receive ads or that Google will serve a certain number of ads. Additionally, we do not make any commitments about the content within the services, the specific function of the service, or their profitability, reliability, availability, ability to meet your needs. We provide each service as is. See, now they done turn you over to a company that say we ain't gonna do nothing. We may not pay you, you may not be profitable, but where's YouTube money? See, they done turned you over to a demonic company that's telling you right off the bat, hey, we don't guarantee nothing. So why would we want to be with y'all with AdSense if any of this is true? To the extent permitted by law, we exclude all warranties expressed, statutory or implied. We expressly disclaim the warranties or conditions of non-infringement, merchantability, and fitness for a particular purpose. See, so why would YouTube want to be in business with a company like this? Because see, they're the same way. This could apply to them. They anything they tell you that they may do, you done sign an agreement that they don't have to do it. See, that's why they get you that's why they're dealing with all these kids, because they know these are teens. They don't know nothing about contracts and agreements. And their parents probably don't either. Their parents probably don't even know as much about what they're doing on the YouTube. All they know is that, hey, they've heard people make money on YouTube. Oh, my kid is on YouTube. He may make some money, so go for it. But they should look into the contract and say, hey, this is no contract here. This is just a one-way street here that they get all the money and you get none. This is what this is about. So now you in business with these people here that's telling you up front that you're not gonna get any money. You're not gonna get any money from us. And even when we promised you, if we had a warranty, a contract with you, you still not gonna get any money. Now, how can this be done in America? This is not supposed to take place in America. If you sign a contract, you're supposed to live up to it. Part of my lawsuit with YouTube is they breached the contract with me. Now, if you can make a contract with people, and I don't think this is legal, and break the contract, and then you don't have to do anything, that's just not. You just can't do that in America. But somehow YouTube is getting away with it. It says what is as is. You know, whatever they say it is, that's what it is. And there's nothing that you can do about it, they think. But all these AdSense people, they're gonna be brought into the lawsuit too. Once we get to court, whoever's running AdSense, if they ain't left the country, they're gonna have to get up on the stand and explain this. What does that mean? To a teenager, what does that mean? Does that mean you ain't gonna pay them even if they make money? See, limitation of liability to the extent permitted by law, except for any indemnification obligation hereunder of your breach of any intellectual property. Now, do you think a teenager can understand any of this stuff? But yet they're gung ho. They're excited about putting their video on there. Oh, I'm gonna be famous. You know, all my friends and all my relatives, they're gonna see me on YouTube and stuff. Yeah, they're gonna see you on YouTube, but they're not gonna see you making any money. And then they're gonna start asking, well, if you're doing all of this, what are you getting out of it? Just because you famous, everybody's famous now on the YouTube and on the phone. Everybody can put their stuff out there, but they're not getting paid for it. But these people say you're supposed to be getting paid for this. They say rights, confidentiality, obligation, and proprietary interest related to the AdSense term. In no event shall either party be liable under the AdSense term for any consequential, special, indirect, exemplary, or punitive damages, whether in contract, tort, or any other theory, even if such party has been advised of the possibility of such damage, notwithstanding any failure of essential purpose of any limited remedy, and each party aggregate liability under the AdSense term is limited to the net amount received and retained by that particular party in connection with the AdSense term during the 3-month period immediately preceding the date of the claim. Each party acknowledges that the other party has entered into the AdSense term relying on limitation of liability stated therein, and those limitations are essential basis of bargaining. Now, can't you see that they are telling you that, hey, they're not going to be responsible for anything, for any money you make, for any of your, and you can't sue. That's what they're saying. That if you take us to court, we still ain't gonna pay. You can't even take us to court. That's what you agreed to. You agreed to this when you signed those agreements. But what they didn't think you would, or anybody would ever find out, like I did, is that it's a Ponzi scheme. And if they are running a Ponzi scheme, then anything in that agreement is null and void. You can't start a Ponzi scheme and then have people to sign a contract. That I'm gonna cheat you. I'm gonna betray you, and I'm gonna victimize you, and you have to agree to it. You have to go along with it. You can do that if it's a legal agreement. If a legal agreement is written up and it's not started out as a Ponzi scheme, but this company started out as a Ponzi scheme. And I read, y'all seen in my last video, if you didn't, go back and look at what a Ponzi scheme is and all of the Ponzi scheme people that tried the same thing. See where they ended up at. And some of these people going to end up in prison also, along with Wojcicki. Okay, now, this guy, this is what Laura also found out, that this guy named Breslau, spelled Breslau. It could be Breslau, Brasley, or whatever. The reality is that no one is happy, according to Rod Breslau, an eSport consultant and a journalist. A large portion of YouTube advertising payout goes to the top 1% of creators. If it goes out to the top 1% of creators, what's your odds of ever getting paid? You know, they paying people like the Beast, like the Royalty family, and like the other top 10 people on there. You're not gonna even come close to that. They didn't expect a 76-year-old black man to get to the point where I was at. So to the point where they just started ignoring me, like I was going to go into dementia, I was going to contract Alzheimer's disease before I could get paid or where I could get them to court. If they should have watched some of my videos, they probably wouldn't have done that to me. They ought to knew that I'm the man with all of the answers. I'm the one that teach people how not to get victimized. But here I am getting victimized. But it's gonna be a just day that coming for me. That's for sure. I'm gonna get my money in the end. Now, Breslin say he told this investigative entity, I guess, called The Verge. I ain't never heard of it. He said the creators who feel like they are being screwed over the most by YouTubers are the ones in the middle. See, that's where most of us probably are. That's where probably 90% of us are, in the middle. Creators are the beating heart of YouTube, but advertising is the blood that flows throughout creators upload videos to YouTube. Viewers flock to the platform, advertisers come to YouTube, but that's where the audience is. YouTube gives creators a portion of that advertising revenue to entice them to continue uploading. And creators stay on YouTube because they receive advertising money, rinse and repeat. See, in some YouTube creators, I've heard some, and they say they was getting a check for $500 a month, something like that. And they keep, and if creators hear that, and these people keep telling them, say, yeah, I get a check for $500 every month. That pulls them in, that lures in more people. Say, well, I can use $500 a month. Okay? And this is the way they penny pinch with the creators. Some of them, especially if the ones that put some on there, they've gotten 1 million views. But see, people, you can get 1 million views and not get 1,000 subscribers. It's hard to get subscribers because if you had a video on there, say you shot yourself out of a cannon, shot through a flame, a wall of fire, a ring of fire, and landed in a bathtub full of water. Now you think people will want to see that? Yeah, you might get 1 million, 2 million views. You might get millions of views to view that. But out of those million views, you didn't get 1,000 subscribers. Because people will look at it and say, hey, that's really something else. But to subscribe to you, they've got to have some type of a personal contact with you. They've got to know something about your personality or your kind of person you are. They got to have some kind of tie to you to subscribe to you. And most teens, they don't have that. They ain't old enough. And most teens, they're not going to get to subscribe because they're looking at it as just a teenager. They don't, I ain't going to subscribe to them. And they don't. It's hard to get 1,000 subscribers. The reason that I got it is because the people love my videos because it was making their life, it was enhancing them. My videos like the rape prevention, suicide prevention, mental health video, that help people right then. They can get to that. And so they see like I'm their counselor and their therapist. And that's why they subscribe to me. So, and when YouTube started sabotaging my channel, I had 2,600 subscribers. Just think about how many you get. And I'm a 63-year-old black man, and I got subscribers, but it was my process that pulled people to subscribe to my channel. Again. Okay, now, after that, Lara went in to see who was suing you, who was suing Google and YouTube. And these are the people that's suing Google and YouTube. Current YouTube Google lawsuit. This is all. If they were such a great company and a good and true company and was fair and square across the board, they wouldn't be getting sued. You don't get sued for nothing. You've done something wrong. Now, the first lawsuit is this big company, Rumble, which is competition with Google. This is what they said. Rumble versus Google. The lawsuit brought by Rumble against Google is designed to ensure free and fair competition so that the public is not effectively forced to use YouTube, but can instead fairly choose among Google competitors as well. The primary allegation is that Google abuses its power as the dominant search engine and destroys free competition for online video platforms by manipulating the algorithm to prevent YouTube competitors, including Rumble, from being found by the public. Attempts to find Rumble videos through Google search are purposely thwarted by burying Rumble videos and instead redirecting the user to YouTube. So Rumble was thinking that YouTube was gonna point the people that wanted to see Rumble YouTube to Rumble, and they weren't. They were just going around in circle and sending the people back to YouTube. And so Rumble caught on to that, and they put in a lawsuit. They say attempts to find Rumble videos through Google searches are purposely thwarted, burying Rumble videos and instead redirecting the user to YouTube. The lawsuit alleges Google chokehold on search is impenetrable, and that chokehold allows it to continue unfairly and unlawfully to self-preference YouTube over its rival, including Rumble, and to monopolize the online video platform market. I often am unable to find my own videos using Google search engine, even when I recall the title of the video more or less perfectly, and have frequently heard the same complaints from other viewers. Google has redirected up to 9.3 billion visitors to YouTube instead of Rumble. See how much money Rumble is losing because of YouTube? These anti-competitive practices by Google, he argued, destroy the possibility of innovation and competition. Imagine being a tech entrepreneur trying to build an online video platform. You absolutely do not have a shot. You do not have a chance. That's what Rumble found out. You have pre-installed your YouTube apps on phone. You have rigged research engine. You have no ability to compete in this market. To allow a tiny number of tech monopolists to maintain a stronghold on digital public square is self-evidently dangerous, especially as they escalate their censorship regime due to some combination of their own political interests. See, if you just got a couple of people got control of the whole platform, then all the other, I didn't know it was that many platforms. Oh yeah, I was unaware of that. I thought it was just YouTube, Google, and then I heard of Rumble. But I've seen that, I read about 10, 11 more platforms that you could use if you could ever find them, and if Google would ever let them be known. They said, this is Rumble taking it. They said the demand of majority of political party in Washington and incessant grievances. There are other antitrust actions currently pending against the big tech giant from both private companies and increasingly the Federal Trade Commission. I tried to get the Federal Trade Commission onto YouTube's Ponzi scheme stuff. Let's go. They just gave me the runaround. They say, well, if anything for real comes up, get back with us. Now, it's like they're going to be getting into the big tech thing now. These people are like they brain dead until somebody, hey, wake up. To do that. And it shouldn't be that way. They should be the one protecting you. And you seem to be like the one that's waking them up and turning them on to the evil and false and criminal stuff that's going on. But this suit from Rumble was enormous potential has enormous potential to open competition in the viral video uploading market, and perhaps even more importantly, shed substantial light on the extreme opaque and guarded algorithm manipulation Google uses to force down the public's throat the content it wants them to see, while hiding that which it does not want them to see of their own workforce. Gentlemen, they got too much power. People, they'll show you what they want you to see, but if there's other stuff that you want to see, they won't let you see it. See, they can block all of that. See, that shouldn't be. That's not the way it's supposed to be in America. Now that's Rumble's lawsuit. Here's another one against YouTube. Ripple versus YouTube. If you are an average person having a customer service problem with a large network, historically your best recourse has been prayer. Now you can chuckle over, but that's serious. That's the only way you should pray if you want to get some satisfaction. Oh, sure, there's a form you can fill out somewhere in the help tab of the app, according that you have been harassed or impersonated, unjustly suspended. But communication from social network itself is typically limited to some automated response, often unsaid. That's all it is. You try to get to the people, you can't. They'll send you here. They'll give you an automated thing on your phone. They'll either call this number, that number. They'll just give you come right. So after a while, you'll get zapped. And you'll say, oh, the hell with it. I ain't doing it no more. They want you to do that. But you can't quit. You have to keep going. So that's why I say join this lawsuit. We got most all of the work done for you. All you got to do is put your name and your child on it, and you'll get some money. You're going to get paid. It said in the old days, you might have dismissed some of these issues as minor annoyances, but as the social networks have grown into monoliths and pandemic have nudged even more of our life online, these issues have come to feel more acute. What once felt like a low-level customer service issue now seem more like questions of citizenship. If you're going to be cast out of the digital kingdom, don't you deserve something akin to due process? And if you find yourself under assault by your fellow citizens, shouldn't the platform offer you something like police protection? See, but you have the way, as long as they're in control of you, have nothing. You don't have any way to get any recourse or satisfaction. One fake account made news last month, and Ripple dates the issue to at least November of last year, saying it submitted around 350 complaints about impersonating a scam. But it says the YouTube ignored or otherwise failed to address many of them. See, YouTube, when you complain to them, they just put it over in their dead file. And you think they're doing something, and they're not doing anything. Okay, they say that's not how it should work. Garland House told me on Tuesday, deep down, it's almost moral thing. YouTube did $15 billion worth of revenue last year. And you're telling me that they can't spend more money to police their own platform? They ain't spending any money to the platform. They don't want it police. They doing it. They're the one that's doing the criminal stuff. So they ain't gonna police themselves. Ripple insisted that YouTube was just feigning ignorance and being willfully blind as scammers made millions of dollars on its platform. This legal battle has come to an end. However, Garland House believes the more needs to be done. Garland House doubled down on his belief that social media companies are getting away and doing the bare minimum to stop scams on their platform. Yeah, they come trying to tell me that, oh, it might have been some scam. But you should have checked that way back a year ago when I was telling you that, hey, you saying that y'all owe me these $1 million. If you didn't owe me these $1 million, you should have said, Ray, we don't owe you these $1 million, but we do owe you this. But then y'all came back and said y'all owed me the millions of dollars. It was a mistake on y'all's part and that the money would be forthcoming. You haven't gotten there yet. See, somebody's got to make you YouTubers do the right thing. And I think a lawsuit in the federal government is the entity that can make you do what you committed to do. Okay, here's another one. Alphabet Google privacy lawsuit. YouTube claims it has no recourse to scammers, hackers, their content creators, yet they have the power to follow every move a creator does on the web. They can't find the scammers and the people that's messing with you if they ain't the one that's doing it. But yet they can track every little minute particular thing you do. If you do this something away over here, they know it. They check it and they'll cost you about it. Yeah, you can't be doing that. But yet when somebody's scamming you, we didn't know that. Yeah, these people need to be punished. According to the complaint filed in the federal court in San Jose, California, Google gathers data through Google Analytics. I had that on my dashboard. Google Ad Manager, I had that. And other applications and website plugins, including smartphone apps, regardless of whether you use a click or Google support ads. This helped Google learn about, now see, this is like they spy on you now. This helped Google learn about users, friendly hobbies, users, your friends, your hobbies, your favorite food. What that's got to do with anything? My favorite food, shopping habits, even the most intimate and potential embarrassing things. They search for online the complaints and say, now they can get on there and find all of this stuff out about you, but they can't find out who's hacking you or who's scamming you on there. Google cannot continue to engage in the covert and unauthorized data collection from virtually every American with a computer or phone, the complaint said. See, Google is doing all this stuff, and this individual sued them about it. So in the end, we're gonna bring the big giant dragon down. Let me hurry up. This is Apple Curly versus Google. In addition to considering the lawsuit claiming Google is a racist toward its employees, that accusation would also cover their content. A lawsuit filed on Friday accuses Google of systemic racial bias against Black employees. So now that's genuinely true. Then you know what they think about me. They ain't even thinking about trying to pay me my money. They just trying to wait around till I die. But I got news for you, Google. Y'all will long be dead. Your company will long be dead before I leave this planet. Before they put the pennies over my eyes. And pay them less. A lawsuit filed on Friday accused of systemic racial bias against Black employees, saying the search engine company steers them to lower level jobs, pays them less, and denies them opportunities to advance because of their race. See, I didn't know this, but I thought about that. But I say, why would they do that? Why would a big company like that want to be racist? But it appears that they are. Another lawsuit claims that Google and its subsidiaries like Google have been infiltrated by a cult. The New York Times reported today that a group called the Fellowship of Friends, which one of the stories reported described as a cult-like religious sect, gained power at the tech giant and started hiring more members to as many positions as possible. Although the takeover has apparently been happening for years, the New York Times said the allegation only came to light because a former employee is suing. That's usually the way it is. He ain't satisfied, this person here. They wasn't giving him enough of the pie. So he told them. That's the way it's shown. And now they done let a cult in there, a religious cult in there. What does that got to do with business, people? No religion should ever enter into any of this stuff. But now they done let a religious cult get in there. So how demonic did that make YouTube? Yeah. All of this will be brought out of court. Anyone outside of the fellowship is seen as somehow inferior and at times adversarial. The lawsuit said, those that express serious concern, criticism, or question of the group may be eventually perceived as an enemy. Well, yeah, you done seen these cults on TV. Yeah, if you say anything about it, they'll try to destroy you. You know, that came out in that what's that church? Who was in that church? Tom Cruise was in it. And I also think the guy that played in on Welcome Back Kotter, he went on to become a very successful movie star. He was in this religious cult. And they started, once you wanted to get out, they make an enemy out, they started trying to destroy your life. They say plaintiff preliminary research in Organ House and the Fellowship of Friends described the fellowship as a destructive cult with a pedophilic leader who makes false prophecies about the end of the world. The lawsuit claims plaintiffs became alarmed that Google was involved with a financially supporting such an organization. What's the issue with this? I thought this was all about getting your videos out there and making money. Now they got a pedophilic person working in a high position in there, and they can hire all of his pedophilic friends. And Google is sitting by letting them do this stuff. Google has to be brought down. This has to be wiped off the face of the planet, and then something else, another platform called like Rumble. Rumble, they're going to pay you. Their contract is simple. But you see the kind of contract Google got up, it can't be understood by a Rhodes Scholar. I couldn't understand. Google's platform and agreement to make money is simple. It might not even be a page. And you make money. If your videos get a lot of views and they put ads in them, you get your cut. It's simple. But all of this Ponzi scheme stuff that YouTube put out there is simply that, just a Ponzi scheme. Okay. The feds have investigating allegations that Google has abused its market leading position to maintain dominant hold on the online market at the expense of potential rivals. Google holds a massive share online sale market, generating $31.7 billion for Alphabet. Alphabet is the top company that owns Google and YouTube. The Justice Department is set to argue that Google's business practices are anti-competitive. See, now the government is getting into it. I was telling them that going on almost 2 years ago that, hey, they should be getting into it. But it takes them so long to move. They just like snails, before that. As long as these people paying taxes money, and I would bet that they ain't really paying their fair share of the tax money. Okay, now here's some questions that Laura come up with. How does hackers get into the YouTube partner, also known as content creators' private personal YouTube dashboard, and have access to all their personal information unless they come from YouTube or one of their affiliates, Social Blade? Yeah, how are they going to do that? How does YouTube investigate a possible hack, open up an official complaint, claims to do a deep dive, yet never follow up or ever acknowledge and deny YouTube involvement? See, they just tell you, oh, we're going to do a deep dive. That's all you hear. From then on, nothing else happens. How does the YouTube allow scammers into their system to the point that all the correspondence seem to be coming officially from YouTube, including personal banking information? Yeah, then they told me before they admitted that they was the one that wrote me the letter that they owed me the money. They were saying that it was scammers. It was scammers doing this to it. But everything had their number, had their same correspondence material, information on it. Yeah, it had to be them. They know that it was them that was doing it. And then they finally admitted that, yeah, we sent you the letter about the $7 million. Yeah, we owe you that, and we're gonna pay you. We're gonna start paying you at the next cycle. And then when the next cycle come around, oh, the pandemic is in now. We can't pay you this month. What did the pandemic have to do with people's paycheck? You owe me money. What's the pandemic got to do with it? But that's what they use. They use anything to delay and stall not paying. How does YouTube deny a content creator any remedy or ability to speak to the supervisor when millions of dollars of revenue are in question? At what point is YouTube liable? At what point is this a Ponzi scheme? Is YouTube complicit in this fraud? Criminal fraud. How can YouTube claim to have no responsibility when they claim there is a hack, yet does nothing to rectify it, even though there's a criminal activity of stealing from bank accounts? How did the fraud correspondence cease from YouTube Social Blade as soon as YouTube claimed to be turning the matter over to the legal department and the Mississippi Attorney General office sent an official complaint from the content creator? That was me. That when I started complaining, they sent the complaint. The Attorney General of Mississippi sent the complaint. Then they stopped all communication. They said, "Well, we turn it over to our legal department," which is you never hear from them. You never hear anything from them. How many Mississippians have fallen for the lie that they can make money on YouTube? I was one of them. YouTube made $16 billion in ads in 2021. How does YouTube actually pay what content creators are being rewarded and which are being punished, and by what criteria? Is payment based on race? And how many have been scammed by the overwhelming false advertising that YouTube is safe and secure that led to their bank accounts being hacked by someone claiming to be a official YouTube partner? I remember Social Blade, their affiliate called me and told me, say, "We need your bank information so that we can put our money in your account." They wanted my account number and everything so that they could put money in. Now, they said, I guess they figured that if I'm that stupid, then I deserve to be, my money deserved. I wouldn't give it to them. I'm not going to give them I don't know anybody there. I don't know anybody there. So I didn't give them my information. But just imagine how many kids or how many of their parents, they say they need to give them their information. And then they look in there the next time they go to draw money out of their account. No money's in there. The people done stole their money out. But YouTube don't know anything about that. But although they're affiliated, that's one of their affiliates, Social Blade. But they made you sign this agreement that even if they do hack you and steal your money, you can't do nothing to us about it. We ain't got nothing to do with that. That was them. This is us. This is for real, people. Is YouTube based on the old scheme, bait and switch? They are. The moment a content creator reaches the threshold to become monetized, then the company changes the rules on how and how much you will be paid. They did that to me. It is also when the correspondence regarding estimated funds begin. Sometimes hourly, we promises of thousands of millions of dollars due to be paid at the end of each month. Yet, when asked to verify actual funds, it's never resolved. They just keep running you around in circles, in a maze you in. It was a cult that infiltrated Google, YouTube, responsible for the hack and fraud, and are they working with the knowledge of the company? They could be and could be not. They doing what they want to do and doing what the company wants to do too. How does YouTube justify rarely paying its content creators and never giving them a clear answer on what few earnings they have been granted when it is generating $30.7 billion in just the last year? And based on what accounting practices exactly? Even by their own admission, they only pay less than 10% to content creators. How much do they pay to the rest of the creators combined? See, nobody's found this information out, and YouTube is not volunteering. It's going to take a court room in the federal government to get down to the minute particulars. You paid everybody this amount of money, and why did you pay these people that amount of money? And who's being paid? They're going to have to slow it down, and that's what this court class action lawsuit would do. They'll have to come in court and explain all of this stuff. The term YouTuber gained popularity when the company began its partner program. This program allows viewers to make money off of videos that they uploaded on the platform. I remember hearing about YouTube because I wasn't getting involved. My neighbor, which is a YouTube tech, he said, "Mr. Ray, why don't you get on there put your videos on there and earn some money. I said, okay. No, I have no idea that this is the kind of people that I was getting involved with. But if I would have, yeah, I didn't even know they had that kind of contract because he did all of that work, and I just put the videos up there because I'm thinking that YouTube is a legitimate company. Okay. Now this is what we are claiming. This is what I'm claiming. We're claiming that YouTube is a Ponzi scheme and that they are outright sabotaging anyone who investigates the fraud. YouTube, Google goes to extreme and destructive actions, including shadow banning to hurt viewership and claim to personal revenue if one files a complaint, instead of resolving the issue, which is a symptom of fraud. Per email from YouTube on March 27th, as of April 2022, still receiving emails claiming YouTube will pay. They still sending me emails that they're going to pay me. Starting in March and rolling out for the next few months. This is one they sent me. Starting in March and rolling out for the next few months, you will have a new way for your YouTube earnings. $10,750,000 will be sent to you on April 26, 2022. Funds which is as of September 12, 2022 have yet to be received and denied due. See, they write me this. The YouTube write me this. Yeah, and I know they owe me these money if they uphold that in a part of the bargain, the contract. My videos have got those many views to have that much money. But $10 million ain't nothing compared to 31 billion. Huh? They should just go into the petty cash and pay me my money. When you tally up the 2021 earnings of the top 10 richest YouTubers, you end up with a total fortune of about $300 million. Now that's the top YouTuber that they paid. $300 million out of 31 billion still is nothing. They can pay everybody and be fair with them and still make billions, which they'll never be able to spend themselves. But greedy demons, they don't see it that way. Ponzi schemers, they don't see it that way. They want it all. You know, they like Daffy Duck. I want it all. Give it here. Me, it's mine. All mine. They want to give Bugs Bunny in there. See, that's the way these YouTubers are, and these scammers and Ponzi schemers are. This data is based on my earnings between January 1st and December 31st, 2021. Figures are prior to deductions such as taxes and fees for agents, managers, and lawyers. The estimated come from the data provided by Captivate, Social Blade, Polestar, and Industry Insider. That's what they say I have made, and they still won't pay. April 23rd, Google owns YouTube, and it takes 45% of advertising money as the video creators get 55%. Every dollar paid by the advertiser. So far, those who love skipping ads, you definitely deny the content creator some revenue for his work. But there are those content creators out there who have made it with YouTube, making millions of dollars. Yeah, it's out there. But 99.9% is not the ones that's making the money for YouTube is not getting paid. How much does YouTube pay in 2022? These are in-depth statistics. That's where they go down to the real nitty-gritty. This is what they accountants be looking at. As a result, it come around $3 to $5 per 1,000 video views. Now, they never said anything about 1,000. You get one click, $5 per 1,000 views. Yeah, that's a lot of views you got to get. So if you get 3,000 views, you make $15. See, that ain't what they tell the content creators when you first get in there. They say you are required to agree to Google's AdSense. You have to agree to it. I didn't agree to it one time. So they just stopped. They wouldn't even let me on my dashboard. I said, oh, I'm not going to agree to that. And they just wouldn't. I went 2 or 3, 4, 5 days. If I didn't agree to it, they wouldn't let me have it. They wouldn't let me get on there. Okay, now, this is where this CPC stuff is, cost per click. The number of ads per click generate $2 to $5 for 1,000 views. See, they didn't say none of this stuff when you first got on there. This is AdSense stuff bringing in there. Then they have the CPM, cost per 1,000 impressions. The number of ad views your monetized video gets. They give you 18 cents per click. What is this? The royalty family and the beast, they ain't got to go through this stuff. They getting money. They getting paid. But you, the people who are in the middle, they're not paying us. They're paying the people at the top. That is the Ponzi scheme. Getting money from the people at the bottom, paying the people at the top. However, the amount you are paid from AdSense is not set. It can vary depending on your region, type of ads, and your YouTube channel niche. Also continue to provide best-in-class monetization. It's so important in this creator ecosystem that creators are making money. We want creators to have their holistic businesses, and you need money to fill that up. That's what they tell you. See how they just told you that, and now they tell you that, oh, you need to have your money paid. You need to have your money. Yeah, but you the one is not paying it. If I need it, why don't you give it to me? This is almost too stupid. I just wish I hadn't got involved with YouTube in the first place. But with my process and them prostituting my process, which is copyrighted on file in Washington, D.C., I can't let that go. My mentor would thump me up on my head if he knew that I was letting them get away with this stuff. I got to follow this all the way to the end of it. This will never stop until the organism chapter 4 get their money. In conclusion, YouTube claims to open an investigation to do a deep dive into a possible hack into my client channel that led to the fraud. Yet the moment the Mississippi Attorney General's office sent a letter of complaint to YouTube, all correspondences from YouTube to me ceased. And most of the activity on my channel seemed to be shadow banned. And at this time, even though it's still available. Yeah, you can go as it, but you're not going to be able to see what you need to see from mine. They just got it up there. They just still making ads in my video. They just still making money. But they not letting my channel grow like it should be. I should have millions and millions of views now. And I've made millions and millions of dollars, but they ain't doing it. And part of it could be because I am a 76-year-old black man. And part of it because they doing a lot of people the same way they doing me. But that's a big part of my lawsuit is that they doing it because I'm an elderly person, they taking advantage of it, and they doing it because I'm a black person. So this is my last little part of this summary. Argument. This is what Laura had. The YouTube is a Ponzi scheme. The investment is not money, but the person's genius and talent, which YouTube, Google exploits by putting ads in the creators' videos, as YouTube, Google is selling ads and pocketing all of them. And this can go on forever without the investor ever making a penny. All ads and revenue taught YouTube as a pay channel. Content creators are lured in by false promises of being paid for content, beginning with revenue for views. That's what they take, and leading to higher payment by paid advertisement on their personal channel. That's Ponzi scheme stuff. That's where they lure Ponzi scheme. Overly consistent returns. YouTube, Google advertise that some people are making lots of money, but this is a popular delusion with only the first and old investors being paid by the new YouTubers posting videos. If you go back and look at my first video about the lawsuit, I went down the Ponzi scheme thing. And the 10 Ponzi scheme, that's what they did. They kept saying, oh, we getting these investors getting way over what they thought they were gonna get. Yeah, they are getting that, but they're getting it from the new people's money that's coming in. Number 3, unregistered investment. These investments are registered so the investor cannot find information about YouTube, Google management, product, service, or finance. You can't find out none of this stuff about how's you paying, what are you paying, who are you paying, all of this stuff, you can't find it out. Number 4, unlicensed sellers. Federal lawsuit requires investment professionals and firms to be licensed and registered. Most Ponzi schemes involve unlicensed individuals and unregistered companies. See, you ain't got to have any license. Oh, you can come in off the street. If you're a good talker and they can use you, they'll put you right on the line then. Hey, use this script here and use that. And then tell them, say, hey, we don't know what you're talking about. We'll do a deep dive. We'll try to find out what you're talking about. See, unlicensed. See, you have to be unlicensed to even do this kind of stuff. But YouTube just got on there and started doing it. But now the federal government probably gonna find out, how did you think you could get away with this stuff? Number 5, secretive complex strategies. A YouTuber cannot get complete information about YouTube. You can't get any information. Can you talk to Wojciechowski? No. Can you talk to anybody around him? I waited on the line. I called. A YouTuber cannot get statements that are understood. You can't get nothing. They just send you these emails, which you don't know where they're coming from. They got numbers on it. Difficulty receiving payment. Now that's the premier one. because I'm definitely having difficulty receiving my payment. And I imagine a lot of you are. Say the Google payment company, AdSense, where YouTube claims the content creator will be paid, she found out all of this stuff. And that's what we are going into court with. And if you are a content creator,